Hi, Sue here with Get to the Farm. Homesteading is a lifestyle that appeals to those that want to live a simpler life, be self-sufficient, have a closer connection to nature. It's a way to live more sustainably, grow your own food, raise animals, and reduce your reliance on outside resources. Homesteaders often value traditional skills like canning, preserving, and sowing, and strive to live off the land as much as possible. While it requires hard work and dedication, homesteading offers a sense of independence and fulfillment that many find rewarding. When you visit homesteaders, you never know what they'll be up to. Let's pop in on a few and see what's happening. We joined that Goth farmer for Haley's first live stream. While she tattooed her new show rabbits, we chatted about horses, rabbits, tattooing, and the reasons she started homesteading. Mike is in the kitchen at Mike and Rihanna Family Vlogs. He's whipping up some unique tasty treats. Cake mix cookies are a quick and easy way to make delicious cookies with minimal effort. They're made by using cake mix as a base for the dough and adding in a few additional ingredients like eggs, oil, and chocolate chips. They're perfect for busy bakers who want a tasty treat without spending too much time in the kitchen. Spring on the homestead can be a challenging time, especially when it comes to dealing with mud. Butler Family Farm shows us how the melting snow and spring rains can create a muddy mess. It can be difficult to navigate. To manage mud, homesteaders can create pathways with gravel or wood chips, install drainage systems, or consider adding raised garden beds. It's also important to avoid overgrazing and to limit foot and vehicle traffic on wet areas to prevent further damage. With some planning and effort, homesteaders can keep the mud under control and enjoy the spring season. Clive's Conundrum Garden shows us how earthworm bin can be a fun educational way to introduce children to the joys of gardening. The process of setting up the bin and caring for the worms teaches responsibility and patience, while also providing opportunity for hands-on learning about composting, soil health, and the role of earthworms in the ecosystem. Plus, kids will love watching the worms at work and seeing the fruits of their labor in the garden. Flannel Farms is weaning their current litter of piglets. Weaning is important for growth and development. It transitions them to solid food, and they learn independent feeding. Weaning at the right age and under proper conditions helps reduce stress and prepares the sow for the next litter and improves her overall health and longevity. Megan, over at Fireside Farms, shows us how she grows in the winter with a review of the hydroponics tower she used this year. By finding a hydroponic system and style that works for your situation, you can provide fresh greens all year long. Heirloom vegetables are a big part of our food history and help keep biodiversity alive. Unlike these boring commercial veggies, heirlooms are open-pollinated and have been handed down through generations, which means they have unique flavors, colors, and nutritional value. Heirloom Reviews is continuing his series on tomatoes and peppers with a look at the deep pink cherry tomato, a type of juicy, sweet cherry tomato that's similar in size and shape to other cherry tomato varieties, but with a unique deep pink hue. Apple grafting is often used to create new apple trees with desirable traits, such as disease resistance, improved fruit quality, or different growth habits. It also allows growers to produce apple trees that are better suited to specific growing conditions, such as soil type or climate. Here in the high Rockies, we're hard-pressed to find varieties that can fruit in our very short season. By grafting hardy stock onto our crabapple roots, we can have apples even in our challenging conditions. Suburban homesteader, Wyoming to Arizona, shows us how easy it is to graft local apple trees onto your rootstock. Homesteading can be a rewarding and fulfilling lifestyle, but it can also be challenging and overwhelming one, especially for beginners. The Crockers at Shoot Dang Ranch talk about starting small and not taking on too much when beginning homesteading. It's a common mistake many people make, and it can lead to burnout, frustration, and even failure. It's tempting to want to do everything all at once when starting a homestead, but it's not always the best approach. Instead, start with a few small projects or activities that you feel comfortable with and build from there. You can gradually add more as you gain experience and confidence. Homesteading can involve many different activities and tasks such as gardening, raising livestock, making your own food and household items. It's important to prioritize your goals and focus on what's most important to you. This will help you avoid spreading yourself too thin and feeling overwhelmed. Homesteading requires a lot of knowledge and skills. It's important to take time to learn as much as you can before starting. Read books, attend workshops or classes, and connect with other homesteaders to learn from their experiences. Caring for family and homestead can be a full-time job, and it's important to be realistic about the time and resources you have available. Don't take on more than you can handle, and be prepared to adjust your plans and expectations as needed. Slow steading shows us how to cut back on the homestead. There may be situations where cutting back on your homestead activities can be necessary, such as financial constraints, health issues, family responsibilities, burnout, or environmental factors. It's important to be mindful of your limitations and adjust your homesteading activities accordingly to ensure that you can continue to enjoy your fulfilling lifestyle while maintaining well-being and quality of life. Starting small, prioritizing your goals, learning as much as you can, and being realistic about your time and resources, you can set yourself up for a successful, rewarding homestead journey. Having a variety of animals on the homestead can bring numerous benefits and play crucial roles in maintaining a sustainable and productive environment. Since animals play a vital role in nutrient cycling on the homestead, having a variety of sources gives your compost more micronutrients. A variety of animals can open up opportunities for diversifying income streams on the homestead, providing food for personal consumption and surplus products, which can be sold or traded locally. Rotational grazing and free ranging can reduce invaders on your homestead. Some animals can help manage pests and weeds on the homestead, eating insects, slugs, and other pests that can damage crops. Animals of all sizes eat different plants, controlling brush and unwanted vegetation in pasture areas. Having a variety of animals on the homestead creates a balanced ecosystem, each species in its own unique role, and their interactions help maintain a healthy and resilient environment. Let's take a look at some waterfowl and tour a couple bountiful homestead gardens. First, a big welcome to the chicken coop guys. They cover all things chicken, coops, plans, and designs. Thanks for those tips on sexing our day-old chicks. We're looking forward to learning more about you. We pop in at Marie at our Okie Homestead. They have a small pecan orchard and expanding to peach and plum trees in beautiful southeastern Oklahoma. Marie started gardening again after many failures in the past. After watching lots of good YouTube channels becoming successful in growing food, she wanted more. Today she shares with us her experience in stall floorings garnered from their years raising horses.
The stalls are dirt with maybe just a little bit of the loose crushed limestone, and it drains great.
Waterfalls such as ducks and geese play a vital role in pest control and weed management on the homestead. They consume insects, slugs, snails, and weed seeds, reducing the need for chemical pesticides and keeping weed populations under control. Their foraging habits contribute to a healthier ecosystem, benefiting the growth of desired plants. Additionally, waterfowl provide a sustainable source of meat and eggs, promoting self-sufficiency and productivity on the homestead. Their droppings enrich the soil, enhancing fertility and reducing reliance on synthetic fertilizers. By incorporating waterfowl, homesteaders foster a more sustainable, environmentally friendly approach to farming. We stop in at This Homestead Life. Jenny and her husband moved their 3 children from life in the small city to a 10-acre homestead in the country and haven't looked back since. We visit to see their setup for rotational grazing on their chickens and ducks. For Jenny, country life, homesteading, and sustainable living provide a simple comfort, peace, and sense of accomplishment that nothing else compares to. It's clear they're passionate about learning new skills from this homestead life. At Pine Meadows Hobby Farm, Jerry shares his experience, knowledge, and tips on various aspects of homesteading and sustainable living. We visit to learn more about goslings and introducing new birds to our flocks. Of course, where would we be without a few garden tours? Here at Get to the Farm, we've finally been able to plant potatoes in our tire stacks, and we turned the greenhouse for planting. But our safe, frost-free date is still a ways out. We visit Darlene's garden channel so we can see some spring blooms. Darlene has a captivating personality, and her lives are always busy. She shares her indoor and outdoor gardening and cooking adventures from Northeast Oregon. Jason, Tara, and Jacob are starting the new White Rock homestead in the Ozarks on 17 acres high on a ridge. They are building a log cabin and take us along for the ride. Plus, we check out their great success with their cattle panel greenhouse. Gary and Gita, Baltic homesteaders, went a bit more permanent with a wooden passive solar greenhouse. They live on a small homestead in the Baltic region of Europe, where they grow their own food, raise animals, and practice traditional skills such as carpentry and blacksmithing. Gary and Gita's approach to homesteading is rooted in sustainability and self-sufficiency, inspiring others to take on their own homesteading journeys with practical advice on how to get started. Gary and Gita are also passionate about preserving traditional skills and knowledge. They often demonstrate their skills in their videos, such as building traditional wood hay rake or making their own soap from scratch. We stop in to see Dominique at Faith Family Homestead, a homeschool family of 6 living in South Carolina. Dom fell in love with gardening a few years ago at their first home, an urban corner lot. They transitioned to their home in 2019 and take us along as they work to make it a homestead. At Hills and Holler Homestead, Mike covers all things homesteading, self-reliance, self-sufficiency, food growing, and preservation, plus frugal tips and tricks. Today he takes us along to build some raised beds. Raised beds offer numerous benefits for gardeners, including improved drainage, soil quality control, weed management, accessibility, and increased productivity. Whether you have limited space, poor soil conditions, or simply want to create a visually appealing garden, raised beds can be practical and rewarding gardening approach. If you'd like to learn more about soil, improving your garden, check out our new series, Secrets to Successful Soil. I'll link it at the end and down below. Homesteading is a timeless and deeply fulfilling lifestyle. It revolves around creating a home and homestead filled with heart, purpose, and beauty. It's a way of life that embraces old-fashioned values, slow living, and finding joy in simplicity, while also serving as an inspiration to others seeking a more meaningful existence. At its core, homesteading is about returning to the roots of self-sufficiency, where individuals or families aim to provide for themselves and their community as much as possible. It involves living off the land, growing your own food, and raising livestock where possible. This not only ensures a steady source of nourishment, but also fosters a deep connection with the land and the rhythms of nature. Homesteaders cherish the concept of slow living, in contrast to the fast-paced modern world. They understand the value of taking each day as it comes, appreciating the small moments, and savoring the simple joys of life. Whether it's tending a garden, collecting fresh eggs from the coop, or sipping an homemade herbal tea, every task is an opportunity for mindfulness and fulfillment. One of the most beautiful aspects of homesteading is the intentionality behind every action. Every crop planted, every animal cared for, every DIY project undertaken is imbued with a sense of purpose and love. This dedication to purpose extends to the aesthetics of the homestead itself, where architecture, landscaping, and decor are often reflective of the homesteader's personal touch. It's a living canvas where beauty and functionality merge seamlessly. Let's go check out a few homesteads. Welcome, Yellow Rose Ranch. Yellow Rose Ranch is a small farm and homestead with a goal of providing quality food for their family and community using regenerative permaculture practices. They've put their own spin on everything they've learned. We're looking forward to following along and learning as they grow pasture-raised meats and sell at the local farmers market. Welcome to Lily's life. With the little one still taking a lot of Mama's time, Lily has stepped up with lots of cooking to help around the Rhodes homestead, and this channel showcases her efforts. At Hidden Oak Homestead, Army veteran and a German girl are building up a self-sufficient life one step at a time. After relocating back home from the Middle East, saving up for years and planning their move to the country for the most self-sufficient lifestyle possible for their kids, Chip and Nicole took the leap and relocated to 20 acres of oak trees deep in the pines of Florida's Panhandle. With their focus on raising livestock, tending the garden, preserving food with canning and fermenting, learning about medicinals and wild edibles, they encourage others to do as much as possible for themselves through relearning some of the forgotten old skills. On a recent barn talk, Chip and Nicole talk about planning and economics of homestead structures, functionality versus beauty. There's been some new mini barns built at Simple Acre Homestead. This family of 6 are living a self-sufficient life in southwestern Ontario, Canada. Bert works full-time in addition to homesteading. Cindy homeschools the kids. They make use of every bit of their little piece of property by incorporating back to Eden, permaculture gardening, raising smaller livestock like poultry and rabbits, to larger animals like kuni pigs and Nigerian dwarf goats. Now, with the last hot days of fall upon us, we turn to Dorothy and Martha at Hirschberger's Miracle Homestead for some great food that won't heat up the kitchen. Labrador retrievers, gardening, kitchen, and family are things the Hirschberger sisters love to share about. These hardworking ladies are privileged to be full-time caregivers for their special need brother, Marvin, who they call Buddy, who is also Martha's twin. Buddy has been brain damaged since birth. He's basically nonverbal and has dealt with epilepsy since he was 16 years old. Their golden thought moments are an encouragement to all viewers. Holistic Heritage Homestead is about Colin and Nicole's journey as a family and homesteaders. They love to share their holistic approach in hopes that it will inspire others to take control of their lives and live with purpose. Today, we learn thrifty tips for feeding scraps to your livestock. Axe and Root Homestead is a 6-acre plant-based permaculture farm in central New Jersey. Their goal is growing as much of their own food as possible by using the flow of the patterns in nature. They use waterfowl, guineas, honeybee hives, draft horses, and sheep in their permaculture ecosystem. Angela, certified permaculturist, helps us plan and understand permaculture to give more back to the land than we're taking. Today, we stop in to learn about 3 non-invasive alternatives to the ever-present Russian or autumn olive, and the counterintuitive thing that's keeping weeds growing in our gravel paths and walkways. From raising chickens to making homemade food, Harmon Homestead is enjoying the old-fashioned way of life one day at a time. They're back after a short break with all sorts of homestead tips like incubating chicks and introducing new hens to your flock. No visit would be complete without a few farm tours. We stop in at Old Pecan Homestead for a predator control tip and farm update. Shayla and Dakota homeschool their 3 sons with a focus on humble living in east central Oklahoma. With a passion for the outdoors, living on a 10-acre farm is ideal, but hunting and fishing are also a big part of who they are. Constantly building things and bettering the homestead, they're not afraid of work, and they enjoy getting things accomplished. Like most homesteaders, Shayla and Dakota are entrepreneurs and find value in most things, good deals, buying secondhand, and they often flip things to make an extra dollar. Kelsey at Seed and Sparrow Homestead is wife, mama, homemaker, homesteader, and homeschooler. You can almost always find her in the kitchen, garden, antique shop, or rearranging furniture for the 100th time. Creating a home and homestead by embracing old-fashioned ways, slow living, and simple joys, and she enjoys inspiring others to do the same. Project Camp is a communal living and teaching farm formed 2 years ago in Portugal. Starting off-grid with some shipping containers, they now have a waterfall and a house. Homesteaders who choose to work and live together in close-knit communities exemplify the power of cooperation and resource sharing. By pooling their skills, resources, and energy, these individuals create a sustainable, supportive environment that not only enriches their own lives, but also fosters a sense of communal unity. Through shared responsibility and shared joys, they demonstrate the enduring spirit of cooperation, offering a promising vision of self-sufficiency and harmony in today's interconnected world. And in a world driven by fast-paced technology and consumerism, homesteading serves as a poignant reminder of the timeless values of self-reliance, simplicity, and the beauty of the natural world. It's a heartfelt endeavor that not only enriches the lives of those who choose this path, but also has the potential to create a ripple effect, inspiring others to seek a more purposeful and fulfilling existence, one day at a time. Raised bed gardening is a popular, effective way to grow a variety of plants, including vegetables, herbs, and flowers. By manipulating the growing environment for the plants, raised beds offer many benefits over traditional gardening methods. In this Get to the Farm bonus visit, we will discuss the benefits of raised bed gardening, how to start with raised beds, and tips for maintaining a healthy, productive garden. Raised bed gardening has many benefits when compared to a traditional garden plot. Raised beds offer better drainage than traditional gardens, which is especially important in areas with heavy rainfall or poor soil drainage. The soil in raised beds is elevated above ground level, allowing excess water to drain away more easily. The soil in raised beds can be customized to suit the needs of the plants being grown. By adding compost, organic matter, and other soil amendments, the soil in raised beds can be enriched with nutrients and beneficial microorganisms. Raised beds are typically built to a height that's comfortable for gardeners to work in, reducing the need for bending and kneeling. This makes planting and harvesting easier and more enjoyable. They can be made from a variety of materials and customized in a variety of shapes and sizes, making them ideal for small gardens or urban spaces. By planting more densely in raised beds, gardeners can maximize the use of limited space. Raised beds can serve a multitude of purposes beyond their traditional function of growing plants. One such versatile use is creating covers for your raised beds. These can be a chicken tractor, shade covers, pest covers, or cold frames. By constructing a chicken tractor to fit your beds, your chickens can fertilize and prepare your garden. Building a frame over the raised bed and covering it with netting or plastic creates a protective barrier that keeps insects and pests at bay. This allows your plants to flourish without the constant threat of damage from unwanted visitors. By adding a shade cloth or layer of insulation or transparent material, raised beds can be transformed. Cold frames provide controlled environment for extending the growing season, protecting delicate plants from frost and providing them with the warmth they need to thrive. Starting a raised bed garden is easy and can be done in a few simple steps. The location for the raised bed should be in an area that receives at least 6 hours of sunlight per day and is protected from strong winds. The location should also be easily accessible for planting and harvesting. Raised bed can be constructed using wood, stone, or concrete blocks. The materials used should be durable and able to withstand the elements. To help ensure healthy plant growth, the soil in the bed should be amended with compost and other organic matter to improve its structure and fertility. Raised beds can be planted more densely than in a traditional garden, which means that more crops can be grown in a smaller area. When planting, be sure to follow recommended spacing for each type of plant. The bed should be watered regularly and fertilized as needed to ensure healthy plant growth. The frequency of watering and fertilizing will depend on the type of plants being grown and the climate of your area. Here's a few tips for maintaining a healthy, productive raised bed garden. Rotate your crops. This helps prevent soil-borne diseases and pests. By rotating crops, you can also help maintain soil fertility. Mulch your garden. This helps to retain moisture and suppress weeds. Mulching also helps to regulate soil temperature and protect plant roots from extremes. Use companion planting. This helps to attract beneficial insects and repel pests. Companion planting involves planting different types of plants together that have a mutually beneficial relationship. Trellis and prune your plants. This helps to promote healthy growth and prevent disease. Pruning also helps airflow by controlling the size and shapes of the plants. Harvest regularly. This helps to promote continued growth and prevents overcrowding. Regular harvesting also ensures plants are harvested at their peak ripeness. Raised bed gardening is a great way to grow bountiful harvest, vegetables, herbs, flowers. It offers many benefits, including better drainage, improved soil quality, and easier access for planting and harvesting. With the right location, materials, and preparation, anyone can start a raised bed garden and enjoy the benefits of fresh homegrown produce. Remember to rotate your crops, mulch your garden, use companion planting, prune your plants, and harvest regularly to maintain healthy, productive gardening. By following these simple tips, you can enjoy a successful raised bed garden for years to come. Today, we invite you to join us on a journey through diverse landscapes and lifestyles, where urban backyards transform into thriving gardens, where families trade the hectic for the wholesome. From the heart of bustling cities to the serene countryside, a symphony of homesteading unfolds, each channel a unique piece in the grand harmony of sustainable living and mindful cultivation. Whether it's the simplicity of tending to a small backyard garden, the dedication to raising contented animals, or the artistry of crafting homemade treasures, the essence of homesteading lies in the pursuit of a more connected and intentional way of life. The journey is diverse, encounters with moments of challenge or sheer joy, the embrace of old traditions, and the forging of new connections. It's about savoring the simplicity of wood stoves, the aroma of freshly baked bread, and the shared laughter around a family table. Whether you're a seasoned homesteader or someone curious about this way of life, we invite you to step inside this shared space. Together, let's cultivate a deeper connection with the land, celebrate the beauty of sustainable living, and find inspiration in the collective wisdom of the homesteading community. Welcome, Black Barn Hobby Farm. Angel and her family are on a mission to redefine urban homesteading. Nestled in the heart of the city, they passionately cultivate their small urban farm, growing their own food and fostering a community of like-minded individuals. From invaluable garden tips to the art of caring for contented chickens and collecting fresh eggs, Black Barn Hobby Farm serves as a hub for urban homesteaders seeking encouragement and inspiration. We're looking forward to riding along on their journey towards sustainable living. Welcome, Dusty Bottom Boys. Dusty and his sons invite you to break free of the confines of modern norms and journey with them back to a time of respect, dignity, and wholesomeness. In their quest, you'll traverse rivers, mountains, valleys, and plains, witnessing struggles and triumphs that shape their lives. Embrace the warmth of wood stoves, the aroma of freshly baked bread, and the nourishment of homegrown food. We're looking forward to exploring a life anchored in honesty, integrity, and genuine connections with the Dusty Bottom Boys. Step into the world of Jenny's Unconventional Homestead, where she shares the intricacies of her garden and kitchen activities, from money-saving techniques like easy homemade soup to organic gardening and food processing. How about canning some crabapple juice? Jenny's is a treasure trove of practical wisdom for those intrigued by homesteading. Learn unconventional yet effective approaches to self-sufficiency as Jenny provides insights into her unique journey and inspires viewers to embrace a more sustainable lifestyle. Join us as we discover the legacy of Cherry Hill Farm, a fifth-generation homestead in the Piedmonts of North Carolina. Specializing in strawberries, grain, and diversified vegetables, the farm stands as a testament to the enduring spirit of family agriculture. Cherry Hill Farm welcomes you to follow along with their commitment to sustainable farming practices and glimpses of the farm's ongoing evolution, including finishing touches on their new high tunnels. At Tarsha Homestead in southern Illinois, Alex and Emily open their doors to share the charm of their 6-acre homestead. With a bustling community of kids, pets, and various animals, their homestead is a canvas for woodworking, crafting, and self-sufficiency. Dive into Alex's ventures into woodworking and tinkering, like rescuing the old pole barn, and join Emily in crafting delightful projects for her Etsy stores. Now to check in with a few homestead tours. Chad and Ray and the kids, Case, Carter, and Adler at Doss Farms in Oklahoma, are on a family journey of raising animals and growing greens. With an open-ended plan focused on family fun and shared experiences, their videos capture the essence of good-natured homesteading adventures. Whether facing unexpected challenges or enjoying the simplicity of family life, Doss Farms invites you to be a part of their wholesome journey. Two Turtles Homestead, led by Jim and Karen, is not just a homestead, it's a way of life. With a focus on small-scale homesteading, their channel offers valuable insights, practical tips, and heartwarming stories. Celebrate the process, the ups and downs, the lessons learned along the way. Whether you're a seasoned homesteader or a newcomer to sustainable living, Two Turtles Homestead is here to inspire and support your journey, one step at a time. At Hidden Heights Farm in Oklahoma, Kevin and Rachel, homesteaders for 20 years, strive for self-sufficiency. Despite full-time jobs, Little League, school projects, they still find time to share their homesteading experiences. From enjoying the outdoors as a family to caring for farm animals and growing their own food, Hidden Heights Farm is a testament to challenges and joys of modern homesteading, where mistakes are made, lessons are learned, and the fun is never forgotten. We joined Kev at an English homestead for a delightful mix of cooking, growing, preserving, and woodworking projects. Kev promises a diverse array of activities that reflect the charm and authenticity of homesteading life. From the kitchen to the workshop, this channel offers a unique blend of skills and experiences that resonate with the homesteading community. Still Dreaming is a glimpse into the dream of modern homesteading, where Maria, in her 60s, shares a wealth of experiences, from gardening and prepping to livestock, poultry, and making do with what's at hand. Maria's is a testament to the joys and challenges of aging in place. It's a celebration of simple pleasures and resourcefulness that define her homesteading journey. Glad you're finally feeling better, Maria. Visit Logan and the rest of the family at Brans Farm, a 150-acre farm in northeast Pennsylvania, primarily focused on fruits and vegetables. Logan, 23-year-old farmer, showcases the daily life and hard work that goes into maintaining a farm. From farm fresh markets to their own farmers market, Brans Farm invites you to experience life from the perspective of an earnest young farmer. Remember, it ain't much, but it's honest work. We hope you enjoyed this look into the heart of homesteading, a hidden sanctuary where the cadence of life is set by the sun, the moon, and the seasons, where the symphony of nature guides the hands that till the soil and tends the creatures that call it home. And I feel like New York City. Get me to the farm.